News Corp station.
We are Tucson's rock station. You want it?
You got it.
Reality radio done right.
No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live from Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday, February 24th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We're going to kick off this week strong. We're looking to have another gangbusters week here. Weirdo's going to be joining us here in a little bit. Listener bait this week is all sports-related stuff. Tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners. And if you're not going to make the trek up to Phoenix for spring training, well, we got a treat in store for you, Tucson. The World Baseball Classic is happening here in Tucson at Keno Stadium. I'll have tickets to give away for that all week long. And that's happening from March 2nd through the 6th. There's going to be various games, 4 different countries, all battling it out. It's basically baseball's World Cup. There'll be MLB superstars from today and from yesterday all participating in this. And, you know, it's going to be a great time to catch a professional baseball sitting outside and getting your spring tan on.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. And speaking of spring tan, I've already started working on my base. I went to the Tucson Foodie Craft Beer Crawl on Saturday. Massive success. Shout out to Shane and everybody who put that together. Looked like over 1,500 people. Every place downtown on Saturday in the daytime was jumping, whether it was part of the craft beer crawl or not, because Tucson Meet Yourself was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the city was alive on Saturday. It was great to see, and it couldn't have been a better day weather-wise for it. But yeah, it was also my first venture out into the sun in the new year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have a
You
natural.
felt it. It's coming back.
Yeah.
You're
You have a natural melatonin to you, right? So even at your palest, you have a base.
Something.
Yeah, base something.
By default.
Yeah. Now, people think I'm just albino by nature, but that's not the case. You know, like I can and have been super bronze back in the day. You know, like hell, when I was a kid, a little dirtbag kid, you know, never wearing a shirt and just running around outside till the street lights came on, I was dark AF, dude.
You get the Pauly D going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a little bit of that Italian blood. So, you know, I went out and embraced the sun. And by the time I was working the Roadrunners game, I was getting compliments like, hey, did you get a tan? Like, yeah,
Ooh.
that's how fast it works. So I was ready to
It's a
go.
great compliment to get, though, sometimes. You're like, I did.
Dude, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, especially if you're going to be doughy. You need to have a strong, like, a copper base, right? You know, tan guys just look better fat.
For sure.
Yeah, the worst combination is fat and pale.
Right.
So if you're one or the other, you can fix it.
You just look sickly.
Yeah. So if you're fat and you're like, look, I like food and I don't want to lose weight, that's fine. Just get tan, and then you'll be sexy, dude. Trust me. That's all that matters. All right. But okay, so that was happening this weekend. It was great. We have a lot of stuff to look forward to next weekend. It's kind of peak season here in Tucson, and so we're stoked about that. And then what else was happening? I wanted to humble brag about a bunch of stuff over the weekend. I guess it's not a humble brag, but it looks like somebody got shot outside of Cobra Arcade last night.
Whew.
Yeah, and that's right down the street from where you work.
It is.
Yes.
Not only did I have to worry about the beer crawl, I had to worry about a shooting now.
Did you get busy during a beer crawl afterwards?
I love how you notice the wristbands are like a red flag immediately. You're like, okay, keep eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
so were people like acting like nutty and out of control?
Not as bad. You know, you would assume amateur hour most times, but a lot of people kept it together.
Okay, good.
It was still early enough in the night where they had more shenanigans afterwards.
Yeah.
So it was like, thank God. The one thing we did have to worry about, though, I think was like a sorority weekend or like a parents' weekend of sorts for the university. And you always notice these weekends because the moms get out of control.
Yes.
Not the kids. It's
Yes.
always the moms.
Yes.
We live in the glory days.
Oh, yes. So you get to see that. And that's funny that you say that, because when I went to Trader Joe's yesterday, I did notice basically a co-ed with her parents, and they were basically letting her load up her shopping cart, right? And just walking behind her, being like, go ahead, Kaylee, get whatever you want, right? And I did notice that dynamic, and I'm like, oh yeah, it must be parents' weekend. So
Yep.
sure enough, it's there. So yeah, you have to watch out for all those
They had
cougar
to get,
moms.
they got to get cut off. You got to like talk to them nicely. That way they don't blow up on you.
Yeah.
And they start to do the flirt thing with the dad there, and you're like, my God, you wild animal.
I love it, dude. I love this
yeah,
town's
yeah.
a weird town, man. Yeah, so you know what I noticed with the craft beer crawl for anyone who participated this year or might be thinking about participating in future craft beer crawls. This is something that I thought only experts knew. We started noticing that people were wearing necklaces made out of pretzels. You ever seen this?
No.
Okay, so yeah, so then my girl was like, "Where's everyone getting these pretzel necklaces? Like, there's a pretzel necklace vendor." And I'm like, "No, there's no vendor. I think they made them." And then I realized, oh no, they absolutely did make them, and this was a way to sustain and continue to drink. So to do a beer crawl, right? You're drinking all these IPAs and all these like, high alcohol per volume beers, and you're obviously day drinking, and you wear this pretzel necklace. So if you start getting a little too buzzed, or your tummy's feeling a little unsettled, you just eat a little bit of your necklace, like it's a candy necklace,
Wow.
and it helps like soak up the alcohol in your belly.
That's how you know you're dealing with a pro.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, wow.
And I saw some like tricked out pretzel necklaces where I'm like, wow, not only did it look like stylish, like a Mr. T like setup, but it also looked delicious. Like I wanted to just go up and just start like gnawing on people's chests. So
They have like a little saucer of butter with it too. They're like, damn, dude.
yeah, dude, next level. So some people took alcoholism to a professional level, and I salute those people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so again, listener bait all this week long is going to be tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners and the Baseball Classic. We're going to have some major guests be stopping by the studio all this week, including possibly Violent J of ICP.
What?
Yes, JCW, that's Juggalo Championship Wrestling League, is stopping by Tucson in March at Club Encore to put on a professional wrestling / music performance. Violent J will be performing there solo, along with some other Psychopath record artists, and we're going to be catching up with Violent J this week on top of other stuff. So you never know who's going to stop by the show, so just ride with us. Your Morning Morons coming up after music from Hardy. Keep it right here all morning long. Kicking things off with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just give it away on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go! It was a strong let's go this morning. That's why we waited for that let's go. It was... Sorry, I was talking on the air. I'm an idiot.
People are like, what?
Yeah, I complimented myself real quick, and then like, wait a second, I'm messing up as we speak. I'm just gonna jump on for a tease, and then we're gonna do weird news here to kick off the podcast broadcast. Good morning, everybody. Keep those comments coming. Manny, I'm sorry I missed you at the beer crawl, dude. Or did I see you? I don't know. I was crawling that hard. All right, let's get on the air. Rock 2.1 KFMA, that was Nothing More featuring David Draymond. That's Weirdo's Eargasm song.
It is.
Yes, you still loving it?
But you ruined it because you interrupted it.
Oh, well, give me a break. I mean, if anything, did
No,
I ruin it or did I add flavor?
No. So,
Okay.
no, I am still absolutely loving that song.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It's just got a good, swing to it.
It's a good groove. And, we gave out the Serb tickets all last week. And, of course, Nothing More is on that tour. And they're doing that song live. So the only way to hear that live is probably watching this tour. Or, in future shows, if they still happen to be on the same bill, they might do one for old time's sake. But
Right.
definitely doing that show or doing that song at their show when they make that stop in May up in Phoenix. So we announced today, major concert announcement was Pantera. We're giving away tickets for that show all week long. But we have our podcast broadcast running. And if you want to hear weird news, you can join us at youtube.com/bfegan. Coming up next, Nicolas Cage is in some legal trouble, all because of his psychopathic son. We're going to break down what's happening with the latest with Weston after music from Candlebox. Rock 2.1 KFMA. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. But first,
Not the Cage Kid.
Cage Kid being entitled, I think he's gonna murder somebody eventually. It's that bad, dude. Yeah, I know. So there you go, Nicolas Cage, maybe not a great father, right? I don't want to speak too much on that, but
Right.
yeah. All right, here, let's do this real quick. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
You got some weird news for us today?
I do.
Excellent. So what's weird on the World Wide Web?
Well, I think it's interesting because, right now Tucson's in winter, so we haven't been dealing with mosquitoes too much.
Yep, that's
But
true.
come March or April, we're screwed.
They be coming. Yep,
Yeah.
that's a fact.
And there's not really a whole lot we can do about it, except for a Philippine town is actually trying to do something about it. They are putting a bounty on mosquitoes.
Yeah. How are you going to put a bounty on mosquitoes?
They're offering cash rewards.
Okay.
Well,
explain.
then.
Yeah, so first of all, it's in the most densely populated urban centers, which is just a huge problem. And with dengue fever on the rise and all these things, they're just like, listen, we're going to give you 1 peso, which is less than 2 US cents, for every 5 mosquitoes.
Ooh, that's a lot. So how do you trap mosquitoes? Is there like mosquito traps that we can get on Amazon or something?
Yes, there are traps that you can get.
Okay.
With, it's got the netting and it's got the things that attract them. And I mean, they're just desperate at this point, right? Because, it's making people really sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love the idea behind it, but, obviously there's lots of questions involved. Like if I dump off 10,000 mosquitoes at your doorstep, right, in a big bag, how are you going to go through and count them all?
That is a good
They
question.
probably have
Yeah.
to have some kind of machine.
Like they can weigh
Like a
mosquitoes,
cash machine, yeah, or
something
weigh 'em
like
or
that.
something, yeah.
But yeah, to separate. I mean, I understand counting pennies, right? You could separate it and a little coin collector. But imagine little mosquito bodies. That's got to be more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Maybe AI can take a picture of all of it and be calculate it.
Maybe.
But a lot of questions, and
Like,
how
this
many?
is a gnat, sir.
Yeah.
Come on.
You say 5 mosquitoes for 2 cents. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so far 21 people have already claimed their reward, bringing in a total of 700 mosquitoes and also larvae.
Okay.
So
Larva.
get them at the source, right?
Yeah. Okay. Keep talking. I'm doing the math here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Philippines Department of Health told the BBC that it appreciates the good intentions of local government executives to fight dengue fever.
Okay, well that's good. Hopefully it works, right? But it seems pretty difficult.
bold strategy,
I mean,
Cotton.
but even with just 700 mosquitoes, that is a drop in the bucket. There's millions and billions of them.
Sorry, I got the hiccups here.
I'd be proud of my little bag of mosquitoes.
Yeah, maybe. Keep talking. I'm doing math.
I was about to say, what does it come to? Have you figured it out?
It's a long would you rather kind of thing. What I get for 1 million. Sorry, keep going. You're killing me here.
So for 10,000 mosquitoes, you would get $200.
Okay, so for $1 million,
A
you would
million
get
mosquitoes.
A million mosquitoes would get you 200,000.
Okay. But that seems like a lot.
Yeah, no, I know, and it'd be impossible to get.
Yeah.
All right, well, this whole segment's off the rails. What are you doing now, Rico?
He's tangled. You have the hiccups.
Yeah,
We
okay.
can't do math.
Cool. All right, what's the next story in Weird News, Weirdo?
So a South,
Luckily, it's early. Damn it.
Jesus Christ. A South Jersey woman and an HOA are fighting over emotional support chickens.
Oh, yes. We talked about this, as a headline yesterday. Briefly. All right. You know what? I'm in a reset on this entire segment till my hiccups go away. That's weird. We'll have more Weird News, Weirdo after this.
That was chaos.
Holy hell. Yeah, I know. The whole segment went off the rails. I'll have to redo the whole thing.
Mosquitoes, huh?
Yeah, and then Weirdo snorting. I'm hiccuping. And your headphones? What do you even need headphones for?
Stop it.
I don't know. Hold on, let me get this drink. And Todd came on. Just say, glad I saw this train wreck. I haven't been watching. Glad I got another reason why I don't watch.
Good morning, Todd.
All right, it's not that bad. We're gonna re-record that a little bit later. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Okay, so that was not live. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was attempting to record that, but Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. All right, if you're joining us for the podcast broadcast, you know that the entire show just went off the rails, and I'm glad that people are here for it. I just got the hiccups. Rico ran down on the floor for whatever reason. Either way, we're back, and we're full dismount. We're back, and things are going to be good. I can promise you. All right, now let's talk Nicolas Cage's parenting skills, shall we?
Yes.
You guys are familiar with his son, Weston? Mm-hmm. If you don't know, Weston got in the headlines a few years back because of allegations against him that he was an abusive boyfriend, right? And it doesn't stop there, unfortunately, because now Nicolas Cage's ex-girlfriend is suing Nicolas Cage because their son, Weston, beat her up, allegedly. Yeah. Indeed. Wise words, Rico. So Weston is accused of brutally attacking his mother last April. And on top of that, she's also suing him for assault, battery, and negligence. And on top of that, Nicolas Cage's now ex-girlfriend is suing with the same allegations. She claims that instead of getting Weston the help he needs for addiction and mental health issues, Nicolas just bails him out of jail every time he gets in trouble and even drinks with him.
Wow.
Right, which is kind of enabling him, obviously.
Right, but there's some parents out there that would tell themselves, like, no, I'm being a good parent because I'm being there for my kid.
Yeah, but not to buy another round. That doesn't make you a good parent, right? Especially if you have, like, addiction issues.
I'm trying to relate to him. I'm trying to talk to him. Drop that wisdom. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's a million excuses.
Yeah, he also paid for a condo with Weston right next to his own, and he aided Weston's reckless lifestyle instead of setting rules and guidelines for him. So she's seeking damages from both of them. Cage's attorney calls the allegations absurd and frivolous, and Weston pleaded not guilty to the charge of assault with a deadly weapon, and he's awaiting trial. But, where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's so much smoke surrounding this dude that I'm like, I'm looking into the future on this, and at what point is this kid gonna, like, kill somebody? Like, he needs to seek, like, immediate help and attention, like, ASAP. Because, like, this has been going on for almost a decade now. It has been going on for a decade.
Yeah. I mean, if it's been a decade, it's like, I don't know. Maybe he's just going to stay in this plateau at that level of craziness.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I guess. I mean,
typical Nepo baby syndrome.
Yeah, it is Nepo baby with a dash of alcoholism and violent tendencies, which never turns out well. It's a future documentary altogether. You see the crazy in his eyes. Now, you can say he's got Nicolas Cage's eyes because that's his dad. So he's second generation crazy. Yeah. But I'm telling you, it's
yeah, what would his rock bottom look like?
Stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. Yeah, that is rock bottom.
That has been your best joke this morning.
All right, keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. There's more. So you join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah, on a strong out like that.
That was good. Yeah.
What did you do, son?
What did you do?
Get the 5-star pulled up. Let's do weird news again.
Okay.
Attempt to, since we got some time here. I'm just going to have to just delete that altogether.
Goodbye.
It's like good times. All right, so yeah, you're living in Groundhog's Day. So for the streamers and stuff, we record some segments for the 6 o'clock hour because I'll be solo tomorrow morning till 7 a.m. till Mari gets in studio. So this is a good time to kind of load up while we have friends in studio. Most of you guys know behind the scenes, but if you're just a new person stopping by, that's it right there. Derek, I see you on the stream as well. If you want to pop in, I'll send you an invite. We got to get you back in the rotation. And Todd as well. I still apologize, Todd. Here's day 27 of me apologizing to you for having no notifications on my text messages while I do the radio show and inadvertently leaving you in the parking lot for 15 minutes, freezing your ass off. I did not mean to. All right. I definitely still consider you a friend, still want you to be a part of this and jump in. Your feedback is valuable to me, and I do appreciate you. So, Todd, apologies again. With that said, let's do weird news yet again. All right, here we go. Chevelle with Send the Pain Below on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
All right. I'm glad that you popped in. Share with us what's weird in the World Wide Web today.
Well, with the warmer weather coming, what is one really big complaint people have in Tucson, especially when you get the tiniest bit of humidity?
Crackheads wear less clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, same thing, huh? Yeah.
I mean, that can be a problem, but with crackheads wearing less clothes and people technically wearing less clothes, we have mosquitoes.
Oh, yes. They wear less clothes, too. Yes, yeah they're annoying as hell.
Well, with less clothes, you get bit more. Well, so typically people do like citronella and these different kind of things to help curb the mosquitoes, but a Philippine town is taking it one step further, and they have actually put a cash bounty on collecting mosquitoes and turning them in.
Oh,
really?
So we got mosquito bounty hunters, huh?
Yes.
Look at our surprise face. But that seems stupid. I mean, it's great to get all the mosquitoes rounded up, but how impossible does that seem?
I mean, to me, it seems pretty impossible, but they're saying for 1 peso for every 5 mosquitoes. So that's just under 2 U.S. cents for every 5 mosquitoes.
Wait a second, and I'm just doing the math off the top of my head here. You're saying that you need to round up 1 million mosquitoes to get $200,000. That's insane.
Easy.
Easy,
Yeah,
sure.
that was just math right off the top of my head, too. Don't come at me, you know.
All right, Goodwill
It's a
Hunting.
beautiful mind here.
Well, either way, they are desperate because they have actually had 2 students already die of dengue fever.
Oh.
So they really are trying to get this done, and they've had 21 participants so far, and about 700 mosquitoes and larvae have been turned in, but that just feels like a half a drop in the bucket. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't
dude.
feel like enough.
No, 700. They're like, here's $34. Thanks for curbing this
Thank you.
endemic that we have. But yeah, that's brutal.
It should just be like a coin store at the grocery store. Just dump mosquitoes into it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We're kind of like off air trying to contemplate how they would even count so many mosquitoes
Right.
and how what a like pain in the ass that would be, that whole process. But yeah, I imagine it's like a photograph in AI. They can't weigh them. I mean, how much do you think 10,000 mosquitoes weigh?
2 pounds.
Shut up.
No.
That's a lot of blood in those mosquitoes.
Like
Oh, no, that's
0.6 ounces.
If you let them suck you first, but I say no sucky for you. I'm bagging you up pre-hand. All right. All right. All right. What else you got in weird news?
Well, right now, everybody is desperate for eggs. We know that people are going out and getting chickens. They're going to lay their own eggs, all these things. But
Yeah.
there is a woman in South Jersey who's actually fighting with her HOA because her chickens are her emotional support chickens.
You know, I mentioned this yesterday to Rico as like a bonus headline. You know, what's an emotional support chicken? What does it do for her?
So for her, it's because of her PTSD symptoms. After getting the chickens, got way better. She was calmer. Her nervous system was regulating a lot easier. And so, this is with all support animals, right? Like, that's their point, is to help somebody regulate their emotions.
Yeah, but
And
you
legit, not somebody who's like, oh, it's my emotional support
Yeah, but I
rat.
wonder what
No.
the panel looked like. Like, what it started out with, and it got to a chicken. It's like, that's the best one.
right
Like,
now.
was there a
You
donkey?
you show me a woman with emotional support chickens, I'll show you the same woman who just needs one good cock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
I had to go there.
Yeah, you did.
It's a chicken.
I was afraid to go there, but you did it. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, leave that one for me, Rico. All right, what else you got weird news?
Well, California Assemblyman is filing a bill to make Bigfoot the state cryptid.
Yes.
Yes.
You a fan of that idea?
I mean, I'm actually more of a fan of what the bill number is. It's AB 666.
Oh no!
Yes.
A
metal.
satanic Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Like this is where the nice little like technology comes in with all the flames and just rah.
Yeah.
Like the newest Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No, yeah, if they make the Bigfoot on the flag metal AF, then I'd be a major proponent for it.
Oh my
but,
God, have Bigfoot chasing down the bear. Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen though, unfortunately. So
Well, this Assemblyman, Chris Rogers, he really thinks it's going to be a good idea to boost tourism, especially in Northern California, where many Bigfoot sightings have been reported.
yeah, where the redwoods
Squatching.
are. Yeah, that's. I mean, we all saw when Harry and the Hendersons. We know where they live. You know, so there you go.
They live in
Does-
affluent neighborhoods.
And I should look this up, but like, what is Bigfoot's scientific name?
Sasquatch.
Is that officially the scientific name? All right,
Yeah.
then.
It has to be.
Totally.
All right.
It has
I think
two
we would have
names.
heard otherwise by now.
Yeah.
And bragged about it.
Yeah, legitimately. All right, well, that's Weird News with Weirdo. Thank you for popping in, Weirdo. Well, let's hit the reset. We'll be back with your opportunity to win tickets for Pantera on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Yeah, I did forget that some of those news stories, I'm like, oh, yeah, those were actual headlines that we did at the exact same time the day before, but that's fine. We went deeper into the dive there.
You got to go hard on the K-Fabe.
Yeah. And I had to throw out the cock joke too. So, you know, it was before 7 a.m. I wanted to do it after 7 a.m. today. And I was just like, what am I doing? There's kids going to school. You
Well,
know.
the mosquito segment went a lot better on the second run anyway.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Jesus
sometimes
Christ.
you just got to run it twice,
Which,
you know.
by the way, I actually did do the math for 10,000 mosquitoes. It's only going to be like $40. Because it's 2
Yeah.
cents per 5 mosquitoes. So
Yeah,
I broke
that
it down a
sucks.
little bit more.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
That's a lot of effort for $40. But again, depending on the socioeconomic situation in that Filipino town, like it might actually be helpful.
It still reminds me of collecting cans, dude. That's exactly what it is. So,
If you're that bad already, you're gonna look at those mosquitoes like a burger patty. You're like,
Right.
you know what?
Oh, if you guys are just joining us earlier this morning, we did music news where it was revealed Dave Grohl's baby's mom. Here's a picture of Dave Grohl's baby's mom. So she's a 38-year-old woman, and this is baby Grohl wearing like a tricked out helmet. You know, babies get those helmets to keep
Yeah.
their heads round. I wish I had one when I was a baby because I have a dent in my head.
Oh, we at one point we were talking about it for my youngest. He's got the weirdest shaped head.
Yeah, well, you know, that's where the extra brain grows.
I hope so.
That's what I'm saying. I have an indent, so that's where my extra brain is gone. So that explains a lot. But yeah, there she is. And yeah, oh, see, look at it. Patrick said, "Nice, Dave. Good on you, mate." If you're gonna cheat on your
Mate.
wife, do it with a hot blonde, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fair. So. Yeah, we did that earlier. Also, Weirdo had boobs this morning.
Oh God,
It
that was so good.
Yeah, and here's a little clip of her doing news, talking about redefining streetlights with music. I don't know. This was a clip that was generated for us from that Instagram live stream. But you'll notice Weirdo rocking the fake boobs. Check this out.
A petition for
Okay.
Tucson. What is it? The streetlights. Because you know when you hit the button for, I think it's for the blind or disabled, for that little clicking noise that happens for them to walk.
Yeah.
It completes that clicking noise with like that opening guitar riff.
Little green
Of
nips
walk.
poking out. Scott, I will play the song as soon as you go to bed.
Wow. Okay, never mind.
No, okay. So
I rolled my eyes real hard at that one.
Well,
All right, so that was the Instagram live, and honestly, it worked. So we were joking that Weirdo rocking massive boobs would boost our viewership on Instagram, and it did. We had record-breaking numbers on our Instagram live stream with a handful of new followers. So, if you're joining us on the podcast from the Instagram stream for the first time because of Weirdo's boobs, we thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, of course, the bad news is those weren't real.
Not even close.
yet.
Yeah, you can see the green through her shirt.
Yeah, let me start a GoFundMe through this for people to pay for my boobs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wonder how well it would do.
If you get boobs like
Probably.
that, though, you're going to have to be on the show 5 days a week. And
Yeah.
we'll go national, international. It will help our online numbers immensely. I mean, we're very much a local radio show, but at the same time, we could be a global entity.
We could be a global phenomenon.
Yeah. With your personality and boobs of a woman with no personality, that's a money-making combination.
Tits McGee in the morning.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see the green through that. And the shirt's not stretched. You feeling good with the shirt?
Yeah, that's fine. It went back.
Yeah, all right, good. See?
$3 thrift store shirt. Let's go.
I mean, I knew of women, of course, living up in Phoenix and Scottsdale that had implants. Like, there was one woman, I think her name was Sugar, appropriately enough. And, my old boss had relations with her. And he's like, it was just too much. And they don't move. It looked like they were going to burst. She looked like she's going to burst at the seam.
Yeah.
Now, in a dress or an outfit, it's still like, appealing to the basic of senses. You're like, whoa. But with that,
When they don't have movement, like that's because I did. At one point, I was really close. Like I had done the consultation and everything, and they're like, well, do you want to lift? Do you want? I'm like, no, I still want to have that kind of natural sag, like because then
Yeah.
otherwise, like it's killjoy freaking nipples up here. Like no, I don't want that.
yeah. No, I know, because if you don't have enough skin, then it's no fun either. I knew a girl who, she was so skinny, and she got implants, and it just kind of sat right there.
Yeah. That
and
would
then-
hurt.
I know, and they didn't move, and they weren't fun. But then she had a kid, and I imagine that they're much better
Right.
after that.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right, and
once they
it's-
stretch out and settle.
Yeah, and then during the consultation, like he, I just said, large beat, whatever that meant in CCs or whatever, but like, and he was like, no, everybody always regrets not going bigger. I was like, I'm going to assure you that I am not going to regret it. Like,
Yeah.
I just want them fuller.
He gave you the
like,
upsell immediately.
Oh.
It's so hard to find.
Oh, for the same price though. Like that's the crazy thing. It was the same price.
Right. It's got to be so hard to find a non-perverted plastic surgeon, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's-
Probably finding a female one would be helpful.
Yes.
He's like, you want the babongas.
You want the babangas, the babingas. Okay, so let's see some of these comments here. Announcement, tune in at 8 a.m. this morning for a huge concert announcement with tickets before they go on sale. John said, if it isn't the return of KF Mayday, I don't care.
Of course.
Erwin said, well, then don't care because it's not. Metallica, please, for the love of things, holy. Nope, it's not. Disappointment. Patrick said, it's going to be a hell of a show. Mike said, that's cool, but how about some Jimmy World tickets? I call dibs. Some Pantera, KF Mayday, and then Erwin. I had to call out Erwin on the air. He said, yeah, that will never happen again. And probably for a show in Phoenix, gotten to the point it's not even worth buying tickets. So I said to Erwin, I was like, why are you being a Debbie Downer, man? Never say never when it comes to KF Mayday, which we talked about in transparent detail numerous times, and know that, but yes. And you know that, but yes, this is a Phoenix show worth the drive. And he said, LOL, hey, someone had to say it. No, you don't have to be the person that says it every time. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Now, look, obviously, Elon Musk is getting a lot of bad press, not only here locally, but throughout the world. Right? Now, there's people out there pro-Elon. Of course, there's people out there that are anti-Elon. But something funny happened over the weekend. Elon Musk has his own AI program, right? What is it called? Grok?
Grok.
Yeah, it's Grok, like Grok. Okay, so now a part of his issues. Remember when he was in the White House just the other week ago? He had a little X with him, and reporters were like, "Hey, man, you said something wrong. Do you have any comment on that?" And he's like, "Yeah, no one's gonna bat 1,000. I'm gonna say some things that are gonna be incorrect, and then when I find out that I'm wrong, then I'll correct them." Right? Which is like, okay. That's somewhat fair, I guess.
Right.
You're not going to bat 1,000, but you are posting, things out at a feverish pace to a large amount of people. You get one of the biggest platforms in the entire world. So what is the percentage, you would say? So when it comes to truthful things that Elon Musk posts on his platform X, what do you think the percentage is, Rico? It's not 1,000, right? He's admitted to that. So let's think batting average. What do you think is batting average?
Oh God, not even just him, just all politicians across the board, 60-40.
Yeah, but we're going to talk just him on this thing.
I'm just making the comparison because I think it's fair.
Yeah. And he's
60-40. I don't know.
Okay. He's technically not even a politician. We'll just be reminded of that. But he is one of the richest men on the planet and does have a lot of power within the White House. It's not even 60-40. Someone actually used Grok to go through all his last 1,000 tweets and come up with the percentage. And it turns out that he's about 48%. All right. So the Grok determined out of his last 1,000 tweets, 48% of them could be considered true. 22% were deemed false outright.
Okay.
30% were misleading or ill-informed. And that means 52% of what Elon says on his own social media platform is BS.
Yeah.
On top of that, this is what Grok, his AI program, said about his tweets. This is a quote. He said, Elon has a habit of firing off hot takes or amplifying unverified stuff, especially on politics, which is where most of the trouble lies. And again, don't take it from me. Take it from Elon Musk's own AI saying that. So just a reminder, take everything with a grain of salt and don't just believe or knee-jerk react to everything that you read on the internet. You got to do your research and see where the truth lies. Sometimes it's misleading and sometimes just an outright lie. 48%. So not even batting 600. Yeah. But hey, no one's going to bat 1,000. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Speaking of other tech news, like when someone said back in the day that they were going to sell bottled water, that the reaction was like, you're a moron. Nobody's going to buy water. Right? That's free. That's from the earth.
Right.
People drink water.
It's from the tap.
Yeah. So if I tell you that the company is planning to sell sunlight, would you scoff at it or be like, okay, I got to be an early investor?
How?
I have a friend up in Seattle that whole Pacific Northwest area when I went to visit one time, and he said like the dealership they worked at, they had a room that had the vitamin D lighting set up because they have such dark days.
Is that what you're talking about?
Is that kind of what it's going to be about or no?
Oh.
Like bottled sun?
No, it's actually more tech than that.
Okay.
It's actually pretty impressive. But, I actually like that vitamin D room idea because obviously, there's been links to depression and suicide rates in the Pacific Northwest with the lack of sun. We do need vitamin D as a human species and just mammals in general. Well, there's a company called Reflect Orbital who plans to launch 57 small satellites equipped with a 33-foot mylar mirror into orbit, which will act as mirrors and theoretically redirect sunlight to solar farms during dawn and dusk.
Oh, it's like a 24-hour sort of like power generation unit.
In a way, yeah. But, in a world of like we're weary of, I don't know, solar or what is it? Global warming, having like a magnifying glass shooting like rays of sun at us, I'm sure is going to heat up the land a little bit more so,
It does sound like a horrible James Bond plot where the villain just gets control of those satellites and I can burn anybody now.
Yeah, I could go ants with a magnifying glass with this, right? If the right angle.
The wrong person hacks that program, like my hippie ass is like, how is this going to affect the environment like around those solar farms, right? Like, is it going to like really mess with the plants? Like, what is it going to do?
Or everything's going to turn into hybrid indica. So a company
like this sounds altruistic, right? Like they are trying to help and have that renewable energy and all that, but like, what if that's what triggers the end of the world?
Get in line with the long list of things that are triggering the end of the world, right?
Fair enough.
So this company has raised $8.7 million from investors so far. Some experts are skeptical about the feasibility and the economics of this idea, but it's something that they look to launch here in the next couple years. So, yeah. So, sunlight.
So invest.
From the satellite sunlight might be a thing in the future. You have your 5-star lined up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Let's get ready for that here. Just for the stream.
I like doing those in the beginning when I have energy. Now I'm just like...
You got this. Here, here's a couple tips and tricks that will help you out. First, foremost, I think the biggest point is posture, right? Realign your posture before you go in this because then you're going to sound like you're projecting and you're more awake than you physically are. So if the more you're leaning back, the more monotone delivery will be. So I think it's important to go ahead and readjust your posture now. Go ahead. See, anything I suggest, he just won't do. He's just stubborn. He's just a mule.
Well, like he
I didn't
does
ask
have
for
good posture.
mansplaining.
He's just like leaning back for whatever reason.
Well,
He just has a power control issue.
it's not a power control thing. Like you're just talking about your fear of your lack of energy.
No. It's literally because it's the end of the show, not the beginning, when I come in fully energized.
I know.
At the end.
I'm saying there's a way that you could simulate that.
Okay.
Here,
My posture.
do what I'm doing. Man spread and sit straight up. This is sitting ergonomically. Like it will wake you up.
Yes. So please fix the posture.
I regret saying anything. All right, let's go. Jesus.
Is the posture fixed?
Sure.
No.
All right, we'll do this on Wednesday then.
Okay, we'll do it on Wednesday.
My God.
We'll just record it at 10:30.
That's fine.
Fine. See, little things. I just tried little things.
I know.
I got it in Cliff Notes here. Posture is key. All right. So earlier this morning we did Morning One. In case you missed it, well, no, something like this. Check it out. All right, so even Amazon drivers can be morning morons, even though they're out there working super hard, diligently, especially the drivers, Like, we've heard horrific stories of Amazon drivers being on the clock, forced to hit a certain amount of deliveries per day, leading them to, like, urinate in bottles.
That's why they're always in a rush and, like, heavy breathing.
100%. Yeah, because they have certain quotas that they have to make, and they're being tracked every step of the way.
Right.
So, it's a very high stress position and job to have. So if you're running behind on your quota, you're not going to stop for nothing, including running over a woman and dragging her along the way. That's exactly what happened, as an Amazon driver had turned himself in after he was caught on video running over a pedestrian in an intersection in Baltimore and then just driving off. Now, it happened last Tuesday, and in a video, you'll be able to see a Amazon van waiting outside a stoplight. The light turns green, it drives forward, a woman's crossing the street in front of the van, and pedestrians usually have the right of way, but not when it comes to the corporate deliveries. I think that was the latest amendment.
What?
saying, okay.
They had to add that in there.
Yeah. If it's for the sake of my bottom line, if it affects a billionaire's bottom line, then pedestrians do not no longer have the right of way.
I hope he was yelling out of his window like, you don't know what Mr. Bezos is going to do to me.
Exactly. It's sad. Now the van hits the woman, drags her, then continues to drive her over. The driver gets out and checks on her, right? But then after 30 seconds, while she's screaming and crying, he's like, my bad, but I gotta go. And gets back in the Amazon van and continues on. Right? This is a horrific story. Now, several Good Samaritans rushed over to help her. The good news is she was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. As she's 29 and she's going to be okay. That's good news. I would not be making fun of it if she passed away. Now, Amazon says they're supporting law enforcement and the driver is no longer delivering to Amazon customers. No, sounds like he got himself a corporate position.
Exactly. They bumped him up the ladder.
Yeah, and police are still investigating, but there's a few things to note. It looks like the woman was in the intersection despite having a don't walk signal. Oh. Yeah. Okay, it also looks like the Amazon driver may have stopped inside the pedestrian walkway. If he didn't see the woman, the fact that he was blocking the crosswalk could be the reason why. And we don't know why the driver left the scene, but people are talking about how Amazon is very strict with drivers making their deadlines. But of course, this is extreme. It is possible he was shocked and scared and made a very bad decision. Now, the driver is a 26-year-old named Jerome Young. He is facing charges of negligent and reckless driving, and of course, is now Amazon's Employee of the Month. All right, we are back. And notice his posture now. Look at that. He's 10 feet tall. It's not Disaster Monday, Todd. Gosh, the hate is strong with this one. And backing that up, I feel like, overall, we run a pretty consistent, fluid, podcast. In comparison to, honestly, check out other live stream podcasts. Or podcasts. Shit. Trying to prove a point and ruin it. No, but you can check out other live broadcast streams, and there's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of nothing. There's a lot of, staring into the sun, so to speak. So, yeah, I feel like, again, consistently, I think we have a pretty fast-paced, high-paced, low bicker show, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
Just occasionally we have a Monday. Fine.
Yeah, it's just, that's how it is. He's got a long day ahead. Did you go to bed early last night, or did you go to the gym late?
I went to bed early.
Yeah, I was in bed by
My brain
7.
won't shut the hell up.
Yeah, what do you do to shut your brain up at night?
I don't, dude. It's like all the tricks when you just think of like certain thoughts, like meditative thoughts, and then you get distracted by thinking about those thoughts, and your brain won't shut up. It's like just think about not the counting sheep, but just like being in a situation that's like calm.
Counting sheep, well, it'll keep you up all night because there's no end to that. I turn on wrestling podcasts and my brain immediately shuts off, dude. Immediately.
At one point, like in 2021, I had a really rough year. You know what I put on? Because it's not a secret, I'm liberal. I'd actually put on like Fox News. Just to listen to, and it wouldn't make me mad. Like if I disagreed, it just became background noise to me, and it shut my brain up. But lately, what I've been doing is freaking Tom Papa, like comedy specials on repeat. Because I think they're funny every time, and I've listened to them,
I just love the
God
idea.
knows, so many times.
I love the idea of Fox News. You're listening, and it just gets embedded in your subconscious. You like become a right winger. Like, what am I saying?
I know.
How did this happen?
And that's the thing. It's like you got to be careful what you listen to at night because it does seep into your conscious. For sure.
I was having like super high anxiety that year, and like I don't know. This is before my dad turned liberal on us. But he would listen to a lot of Fox News. And I just happened to be over at their house, whatever. And then, like, I just realized, I was like, my brain has shut up. So that's where I was like, okay, let me give this a try. And then, like, it worked. It wasn't for very long. It was only a couple weeks. But now it's, like, comedy specials.
Right. I feel like I know we're only 2 months into this Trump presidency right now. But I feel like, the identity politics is not as strong this time around, which is pretty decent. But you got to watch out for, like, bots. So I posted this clip revealing what the veteran lineup of the Challenge 41 is going to be, right? So I put that on TikTok with Herb and I, because, we geek out about the challenge. So I was kind of going through, the list, and I made one comment about Cara Maria being surprised that she got cast on this season because she went full MAGA. Now, she went full MAGA in a way that, she's just being overly outspoken, kind of like,
Right.
Anyone that's like identifies with their politics that much is just annoying. You know what I mean? But that was kind of the thing. And then Herb expressed disappointment because obviously it doesn't align with his political views, but he's still a fan of hers, right? And that was essentially the point of this thing, right? Is that, hey, don't meet your heroes. If you get to know these people that you're fans of personally, you might not like them personally, but you still enjoy them on the show. And we were still happy that she was cast on this show. But then I got one comment saying, I used to follow you guys, but I'm unfollowing now because, you're anti-MAGA. Now, we weren't anti-MAGA in that post, right? And it didn't even say that. But I look at the actual profile, and it's a no-name profile, right? With like 3 followers, no posts. And it makes me think, like, is this just a bot that is completely, completely programmed to pick up on anything in the algorithm that would state that just to kind of stoke the fires?
It's not out of the realm of possibility. The whole dead internet theory thing creeps me the hell out.
What's the dead internet theory?
Oh, that we're majorly overrun by bots, and there's like social astroturfing and just like societal construction being done with robots, basically to kind of like support certain narratives over other ones and just interject conversations to kind of direct the narrative.
Yeah, when you see those posts in the comment threads, it seems like the loudest voices are the most insincere and probably fakest or have the agenda behind it. That is not real person, and especially doesn't identify themselves as a real person. It's not a personal profile. So obviously it didn't upset me that they said they weren't going to follow me or unfollow when they probably weren't following. And I'm like, no, user 97259, come back to us. You taught us the error of our ways. Like what?
Not even a Dodge Ram pickup truck profile photo to get mad at.
No, it was blank, dude. Yeah, so go figure. So, but let's continue to not identify ourselves through our politics. I think that'd be a good thing. All right, Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live here on the podcast broadcast, and here's a reminder to you: if you ever play the lottery, have a strategy and stick with it. When's the last time you bought a lottery ticket, like a Powerball ticket?
Oh, it's been over a year.
Yeah.
I think I do once in a blue moon. I'm like, why not?
I think they call that there's a jackpot chasing, or there's a cheeky term for
FOMO.
Those who only buy lottery tickets when it's like $1 billion. Right. And I tend to be one of those people.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. Now I almost won the lottery once before. I went through a whole system and so stupid. I went through like the previous 180 drawings and was looking for patterns, right? I went beautiful mind on it. I was looking for reoccurring numbers. I was looking for numbers that haven't popped up in the past 180 days. And I was compiling between the two. And then I came up on a set of 4 different numbers, right? 4 different sets and one $8 ticket. And I did the drawing, and I literally got numbers in every single row. And I was like, so close.
So close.
Now, I know that everyone has their lucky numbers, whether it's birthdays or anniversaries, and they use them randomly. But here's a lesson, and maybe your strategy should be come up with a set of numbers and stick with it. Because there's a man out there who just won a jackpot after playing the same numbers for 4 years. So
only 4 years?
Only 4 years, right?
Not bad.
Now, of course, when you break down the lottery statistics, how likely it is that you're going to win a lottery, it's astronomical, right?
Yeah.
But if you play those same numbers every single time, does the odds go in your favor, or do they reset every time, kind of like a roulette wheel? Well, let's assume that the odds go in your favor because in Michigan, this unnamed 57-year-old man was doing just that. He was playing 4, 8, 17, 28, 36, 43 religiously for the past 4 years. And it finally paid off. When the Lotto 47 ticket he purchased on January 8th cashed out for $1.3 million. Now, it's not known how much he spent over the past 4 years to make that happen, but if he's only doing a $2 ticket twice a week, that's only $4 a week. That's 52 weeks in the year. You do the math, 4 years, that's not going to add up to $1.3 million. He's definitely in the black. Even more so after taxes. So, You know, if you pick a set of numbers, you just got to stick with it. I think that's kind of the thing where people feel lucky about numbers and they pick their lucky numbers.
One of these days.
Right. And then you go back and like, I want to pick those lucky numbers again. Damn it, I forgot what they were. And then you just ruin your odds. So, you know, maybe that's a strategy because, you know, coming up into the near future and stuff, winning the lottery is the only way that people are going to be able to make an income.
We laugh, but it's like sad laughing.
I know. I got no options in life, man.
If we're on this topic too, can I say we should outlaw something with the scratch tickets?
Please.
You know, it's like you get number 37 as a winning number for like 10 grand on the top or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they put 36 in there just to tease you on your ticket, on your numbers.
Yeah.
Let's outlaw that.
Yeah.
No, that's their whole point because it starts to get the serotonin and the dopamine building, and then the letdown. Well, that next ticket. No, there's a whole psychology behind it.
I know.
Yeah, I hate that psychology though. You're
Just
right.
grinds my gears.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep this conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We'll wrap things up with the beef tip after these words and music from Stained. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear.
Do you do the thing in the casino when it's like the roulette table when it has the numbers like the evens and odds and the different colors and look at patterns on that too?
What?
You know the display thing, the case that's like the straight up display
Yes,
where it has the numbers
100%.
listed?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, the fun fact about that is the house started making more money once they started using those. Because people would go ahead and bet on patterns that was presented on the board, and they would lose because the roulette wheel has no memory. So the odds are the same every spin. Every
So
spin.
you see 5 in a row that are like evens or red, you're like, oh, that's got to hit again then.
Yeah, it's
so
gonna
they
hit
try
black.
to entice you.
But legitimately, it's the chaos theory that there is no pattern with that. It just every single time.
Interesting.
Yeah. That was
Like,
something I
we're
learned.
going to get some rich Rain Mans in here looking at those numbers.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like, go ahead, try, buddy.
We got some good comments here on the stream as well. So and some Todd comments too. So yeah. I like this one though. OG1 Manny said, left wing, right wing, both belong to the same bird.
Yeehaw.
Yep. All right, and then Nessa said, not your show, beef, just a normal disaster in today's world. I say your show is the normal. Well, we never achieved to be normal. So with that said, let's get ready
Took
for
that as an insult. You're like, it's normal, huh?
Yeah, goddamn it. I'm failing today. Arr.
Arg.
No, we're not.
Arg.
We're not normal. Since I got this music playing, I might as well get ready for this 5-star. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready for this, Rico?
Oh, we're doing it?
Yes, we're doing it. We're gonna be fine. All right. Your posture is okay. I mean, I've seen better postures. I like your nips to poke out a little bit more, but that's just me. And all of our streamers and people on the internet in general. You saw the power of the nips with Weirdo. I thought you'd take note on that. You're wearing a tight shirt.
I'll never have power nipples like her.
Well, when your nipples don't poke out when you're cold?
Sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Look at that. Turn down the AC. Let's get this turned into internet gold. All right, here we go. Falling in reverse on Rock 102.1 KFMA. As you know by now, my good friend Rico likes to go out to various establishments throughout the old Pueblo. And when he has a pleasurable experience, he immediately rushes to Google to leave a 5-star review. You did that again this week, huh, Rico?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Where did you go to this week?
Tucson Racket and Fitness Club.
Ooh, my kids go to summer camp there.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you were there hanging out with kids going to summer camp, huh? There's nothing weird about
Anyway.
that. Well, tell us all about your experience, please.
So I realize I'm getting to that age that instead of going out and getting adrenaline with extreme sports or dating women with their ex-boyfriend's name still tattooed on their neck,
Dating woman. Keep going. Sorry.
I'm getting excited by writing reviews for local businesses online. That's both okay and not okay, but here we are regardless. That being said, I've been looking into getting into some kind of club, some sort of place for like-minded people to meet and share a passion for an activity. Since I'm too lazy and broke to get a motorcycle license, let alone a motorcycle, I wouldn't even make it past dive bar security trying to make new friends who participate in illicit activities and smoke cigarettes indoors. And that makes me very sad because that sounds right up my alley. Fight clubs were cool 15 years ago when every
they were.
guy wasn't on easily available gear and TRT. Now that experience just sounds insufferable with way too many egos. My friend's mom was having a bingo club night last week, and we jokingly asked if we could go and join. And the fact that she told us no because it was a serious club and they had their championships going on infuriated us and made us actually want to go more. So I've been denied illegal clubs, and I've been denied senior citizen bingo night, and thus I've been relegated to the realm of public and legal and therefore boring activities. And those generally revolve around something healthy and physical. I already go to the gym, and that's a fantastic solo activity where I get to put headphones on and ignore and avoid everyone and make imaginary enemies based on glances and silent competition. Healthy? No. Fun and time-consuming? Absolutely. But both, according to my therapist and a crackhead on Speedway, I needed to get involved with a social activity that didn't require putting exotic dancers through community college. So I looked up social clubs for grown people, and immediately the Tucson Racket and Fitness Club came up. I like that it sounded elite and exclusive. I only dabbled in racquetball at the SRC at university because the hot girls were on the treadmills right behind the glass, and they could watch my buddy and I hit blue balls back and forth while wearing goofy-looking glasses. Do I have an interest in smacking around blue balls at this point in my life? Not really. Do I want to tell strangers and frenemies that I'm a valuable top member of the Tucson Racket and Fitness Club? You bet your bottom inflation-ridden dollar I do. The private club has become a Tucson tradition and is still owned by the founding family since 1967. Now, apparently, there's 25 tennis, 22 pickleball, and 11 racquetball courts. And there's 2 paddle courts. Paddle? P-A-D-E-L. What in tarnation is paddle?
Right.
I just read that it's a racket sport of Mexican origin, typically played in doubles on an enclosed court, and it's easier to learn than tennis. Perfect. I don't have the time or patience to get into tennis, and I needed something new, hip, and niche to gatekeep as a hot professional because pickleball has become too popular. I saw on the website that they offer a free 3-day pass, and 3 days to belong to an exclusive club was enough time for me to walk around town with a membership and gloat how much cooler I am than the pores around me. I drove up to Country Club Road, which already felt awesomely elite, and walked into the big cement building to be greeted by some friendly staff and saw the sprawling complex of several courts behind the doors. I asked them about my 3-day membership, which they set me up with, and then immediately walked over and bought a paddle from the shop so I could walk around downtown while wrapping a fancy sweater over my shoulders while wearing obnoxious sunglasses, pastel shorts, and boat shoes.
This guy goes from zero to poser in like 2 seconds.
Immediately.
Yeah.
They asked if I wanted a tour, and I declined for the time being. I'll decide if I want to get into the social and health aspect after I'm done being a paddle pro snob for a few days. I liked what I saw, though, and might return. 5 stars.
All right.
All right.
All right, so now you're a paddleball player.
I'm a pro.
All right, so every week you turn into somebody else. Who is Rico? I don't know, but you can follow along and watch his evolution on social media or youtube.com/beefvegan. That's an excellent 5-star review. When you Google, what's the name of the place again?
Tucson Racket and Fitness Club.
All right, and you find Rico's 5-star review, make sure you leave him a 5-star review as well. Let's hit the reset. We got weird news coming up next, and Beef Vegan Presents, so keep it right here on Rock 102.1. Clear.
Do you even paddle, bro?
See? And you projected well on that. See?
I've never heard of paddleball until now, and I'm looking on the website, and they're hyping it up big time. Like
As the new pickleball?
Yeah, as the new like pickleball thing to get into.
Well, that's the thing. People love the pickleball for sure. So,
Let's be hip.
yeah, that's algorithm. Boost it up. Pretty ladies on the internet always gets the internet's, attention. You want to do any Morticia Adams like statements there? Speak right into the camera.
No.
Okay.
I can just sit here.
Would you like to dance the mamushka?
Yeah, dance the
With
mamushka.
the mamushka.
Can you do something like that?
Mamushka.
Yeah, I love that. All right, yeah, we got the beef tip coming up here.
It's mamushka, right?
Yeah, it's mamushka.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Hey, do you hate any of these beloved foods? Cheeseburgers.
No.
No? Okay.
Silly goose.
5% people say they hate them. 25% say they're just okay.
Get them out.
Yeah. Sushi.
Yeah, I like sushi.
Okay.
It's all right.
It's just all right.
I only started recently eating sushi because we didn't understand my fish allergy or whatever, what I was allergic to, not allergic to.
Well, you allergic to shitty fish? Yeah.
No, I mean, shellfish is what I'm allergic to.
Okay.
But, honestly, I hear everybody talking about sushi and, we got to find the happy hour and get it for a good price. And then
So good.
they go eat, a boat of it. And I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't really go out of my way for it. It's like if it's a group thing, everybody's going out, I'll join, and I never regret it. It's good.
It's
but
yummy.
I don't go out of my way for it.
Yeah, it's yummy, but I'm not, going to sit here and freaking write a manifesto
I guess
about
you're
it.
right. Some of the best fish and sushi cuts don't taste like anything. And you're like, oh, I can't even tell this is fish. It's so good.
Soy sauce, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so that's fair. I do love sushi as well, though. Popcorn.
I love popcorn on movies.
4% of people hate it, and 41% say okay.
Are they the same as the burger people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Weirdos.
Burritos.
What?
Oh,
In
yeah.
the wrong town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ramen.
Good ramen.
Okay.
Like authentic ramen.
Well, even good ramen's based in the same bad ramen. They start with bad ramen, and then they add a bunch of shit to it to make it good.
Right.
I felt like I should have been a ramen chef if I was in, like, my 20s still, because I used to do that before I even knew ramen was a thing and a culture.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would take my cheap-ass noodles and just load up whatever's left over in the fridge and have, like, a super meal.
I wouldn't even do that. It was just the ramen. And then maybe, like, and this shows how white trash I am, a bologna sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, she's a white
That's
trash.
what's up.
Oh, you have no idea.
She's a white trash, and I love it. All right, let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Good. We got a couple minutes here before we go into our outro song, just to kind of get your recap for the beef tip. I mean, beef tip is just listen all week long, right? Because we got those tickets for Pantera, which is happening tomorrow morning in the 7 o'clock hour, and then we'll rotate hours every day of the week before those tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., which is awesome because this week I was loaded up with tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners and the World Baseball Classic, but I'm like, I feel like I need something rock and roll, right? Now, of course, another beef tip, too, is if we're giving away something free, don't troll on our Facebook page and complain about it, right? Because that almost automatically disqualifies you from winning, because I definitely want to give away these tickets to somebody who's excited about it and not upset because it's not something else. Right? This is the world that we live in.
Don't ruin it.
No, you got free tickets to that, but I wanted this. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to pout about it? You want to go in timeout? I mean, at what point are we adults here? But I do have free tickets to give away right now for the Tucson Roadrunners. So if you want to join me and the crew this weekend at the TCC on Friday night is U of A night, meaning we'll probably have cheap beer specials. So you can come out as we face off against the Rockford Ice Hogs. And if you want to go for free, be caller number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. So that's it. It's your beef tip all week long. Tickets for Pantera. That show is announced with details on our social media pages. Till then, Robin S. is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
Call now, get those tickets. Yo.
soon will come an end to
Thank you,
all
everyone,
your
for
grief.
watching. Even the haters.
But
Looking at
if
you,
you've
Todd.
been mean or kind of
Miss you,
bad,
buddy. Come on
I will
in.
knock out all your teeth.
I'll open the door next